Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems, brought to you by Crapcom. When they're not milking good games dry, they're making crappy ones like these. I call this my best of the least collection because there are some games, like this one or Spider-Man Lethal Foes, which are a lot better than Wolverine for the NES. I think they're kinda bad, but they're not so bad that they made me stop playing. Anyway, the plot of this game goes is that you basically have to stop the bad guys from getting these gems that give you power. Now, I had a few problems with this game. It's generally too slow for me, and the boss battles are a joke. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna even have some flashbacks about it, or references to bad dudes. So you have your 5 characters. You got the Hulk, who's damn slow. Oh, and forgive the flickering of the screen for the video. I guess this game didn't want to be emulated well by the SNES I had, but that was the only problem I had. So it's not that big of a deal. Unfortunately, it's a dark color, so it shouldn't give anyone epilepsy. So yeah, the Hulk, he's slow. Iron Man, he's faster, but he's slow. So I guess that basically means that with the Hulk, he's damn slow. So you basically got 3 speeds for your characters. You got damn slow, slow, and I guess somewhat decent, although I've played a lot faster games. That's kind of why I criticize some of these games so harshly. Do they work? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's nice that they have moves like Iron Man here, with that tackle with flight, as well as the repulsor ray and the smart bomb. Wolverine has some pretty good speed, though, fortunately. This game, you probably want to play as him or Spider-Man. And that's one thing I do like, though, is the fact that they do have some moves, so it's better than playing Wolfchild. I really hated that game. Anyway, here's Captain America. He's another character that moves slow. I think he moves even slower than Iron Man, maybe. Also, later on in the game, you are able to use some supers. So that's a nice touch at the cost of a gem. This is like a gem item. You don't have to beat the level and get the gem from the boss. There are 6 gems in this game, but you get the 6th one from the last boss. And so you basically play using 5 gems. They're power, reality, speed, time, and space, I believe. I'll confirm that later on in the video. Oh yeah, and Spider-Man, I thought he was kinda slow too. Like, his web swing isn't anywhere near as good as in Lethal Foes. But at least he can web swing in midair, so I'm glad about that. It's a lot better than arcade games. Plus, the hit detection's pretty decent, so that's better than Sinister 6. It's another reason why I call this best of the least. Since the problems I do have with this game, I'd say it's kinda bad. But at least the flaws are funny. Now, this is the web swing from Spider-Man Lethal Foes. You see how fluid and quick it is? You can also do it in midair or on the ground. But it's faster than Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems. Anyway, this boss here, all you do is a dash and claw. Believe it or not, the time is a bigger factor than fighting this guy. But you only lose health slightly when you run out of time here. I'm really starting to have a bad flashback here. I'll allude to when I'm done with this guy. I got out in time.
And this boss is a joke. All you gotta do is punch him in the gut and keep hopping and going down from the fence. This guy really sucks, man. This is the worst boss I've ever faced.
I guess I can say something nice about this game. A couple of the bosses can be kinda decent, but not really. I remember I beat this boss easily with Iron Man, with a bunch of repulsor rays and smart bombs. But this boss is pretty good, I guess, considering that I actually had to struggle somewhat. But this game is slow, so that's why I'm showing the boss fights at an accelerated rate of speed. And the reason why there was that delay was because I finished it with Tornado Claw. The Sasquatch is another easy boss. This boss is worse than the two Iron Men. The thing is that you keep knocking him over to the side, so it'll take a while for him to get up, so it makes things slow. And another thing is that with this game, is that he has a cheap attack. So the icicles there, you have like no time to react, even if I was showing this at regular speed. But other than that, this guy's still a joke. I mean, I didn't lose that much health against him. And I pretty much got him right there. Now it's time to show the bad boy. Well, on to the next boss. If this doesn't give you flashbacks, just wait and see. All I'm doing is just ducking and tripping, and if he gets smart, I'll just stand up and punch him. Man, this sucks. I mean, I guess it's better than Wolverine or the baddest games I reviewed. I don't want to play this. And there's a super move we learn later on. Whoa, he barely avoided my kick there. Okay, let's try to trick him into jumping on the truck again. Alright. There we go, I got him! I made this bastard pay for backing off and trying to hit me like that. That was just so damn cheap as hell. I kicked his ass. Let's see how tough Dr. Doom is, eh? By the way, Spider-Man can climb walls in this game, so I guess that's an improvement to Lethal Foes where he couldn't climb the ledge. That's what I meant, the ledge. Wolverine can also climb too. That's another thing I'm talking about with the force and whatnot. But this boss friggin' sucks. Well, the next boss, Blackheart. This guy's another joke, but if you use a larger character, he can't possibly become challenging because that demon shoots out of his hands can hit them. You can ignore that attack that he has to protect himself, since it won't do much to beat the hell out of him. At least the power gem helps you out here. I said it was useful before. Well, here are the last two bosses of the game, Nebula and Thanos. I'll use a few characters to show how they can be beaten easily. And this boss is really uninspired. I mean, I thought the other bosses were bad, but this must be the worst in the game. He just keeps shooting in a diagonal direction where I'm not even mad. So I just combo the hell out of him. And that's basically that. Well, time to show some other characters beating the last two bosses of this game in an easy fashion. Let me just explain the gems in case I didn't say so before. Time is speed, reality lets you see things, power is strength, space lets you jump twice as far, and soul is double your vitality. But the bosses in this game suck so much that pretty much the only gem you really need is power, unless you want to use someone like Captain America who moves slow and you might want to use speed. I just can't stand these things. These crappy bosses. Here, I'm gonna even show to you that it's possible to beat these bosses without even trying any kind of cheap strategy. Basically, you can just brute force it. Like there, I jumped like an idiot into that shot. I mean, I guess you could even say that you could even let yourself get hit on purpose. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm playing crappy here, and I'm still able to win. It really shows how bad this boss is. Just awful. I also decided to show this in normal time too, because it's the last couple of bosses. Also, I think that this game could have been a little bit better if they made it faster. Like when I played some of the boss fights at double speed, it was actually pretty nice. I mean, the time gem does help though, but I mean, it helps. But it would be nice to be able to use other gems beside it. I think. At least the power gem does help though. These bosses suck, and at least it makes the boss battles easier. I mean, here you got the Hulk here that I decided to choose. I mean, even he who's the worst character in this game because of how big he is, plus the fact that his strength doesn't compensate for the fact that he's nearly impossible to avoid getting hit with him. It doesn't really help at all, and this is just giving me more and more bad memories. Just trapping the enemies in the corner like this. Oh gosh. The same thing is true with the final boss. terrible. Feeling weak from this crap. But at least it's better than stuff like Wolverine that I just couldn't stand. At least I managed to get to the end of this game. So how do you beat them? You just run like a little coward. You just stay on the edge and then just keep on low punching. Low punching and trips. That's it. They'll never get you. Someone tell me how the hell this game is any good. I just don't get it. This game sucks. It may not be as bad as most of the stuff that I review, but still, it sucks. You have these lame bosses, and it's just ridiculous. Damn, that was a horrible memory. Anyway, this last boss, I feel 2 characters beating. As you can see, this boss is so easy, even the Hulk can beat him. Basically, all you gotta do is just trap him to the corner, you basically do a jumping attack, and then you do your combo. But you want to do it slowly, or else he'll hit you like that happened there. The Hulk is so big and slow, it's a little harder to do this than with other characters. But still, as you can see, I'm not really struggling at all. And that's another thing too, when he uses that spell with the rocks, you want to jump too. So you basically just keep doing this. You might block, but this is just a pitiful excuse for a boss. You know, I mean, this is like barely more excusable than that last boss in Bad Dudes. Oh man. I know, it sounds kind of lazy of me to be recycling using these clips from Bad Dudes, as some may think. Anyway, this is the special I used to finish it. Might as well make it look climactic. But before I show the end, let's do the same thing with Spider-Man, shall we? It was a lot faster, so it'll be a lot easier to dodge these moves. Plus, another thing I noticed is that the power gem doesn't really help out Hulk much since he's so slow. With Spider-Man, he can really get those combos in and really outdoing the Hulk in damage with the power gem. So I guess that's another flaw in the game, at least in terms of the Hulk. But fortunately, at least it's better than the Genesis Hulk game. Oh gosh, can't believe that game. I'm not gonna even show clips of it because it's that bad. But if you want, just rewatch that review. Basically, I was punching enemies and they fly all over the place, and they had guns and it wouldn't knock them down, so I get shot repeatedly. Beat this game. By the way, there are more bosses, but this game just sucks, and I doubt it's really necessary to show them all because I already proved my point. It's another issue I think about this game. This animation here, I mean, it takes a while. So eventually I sped it up on my emulator. I mean, here it's at normal time. The fights that I did with Spider-Man and the Hulk against Thanos here, just to give you an idea about this game, it's like in real time. But this was just a pretty bad game. I mean, it was good enough for me to be able to finish it, but bad enough for me to loathe and vow never to play again. Unless I have to use it as some reference like I did with the Spider-Man Lethal Foes. Anyway, I fast forwarded the gems because that took too long to spin around. And the ending is pretty lame too. But it's better than Bad Dudes. The guy gets defeated and you basically get thanked by Warlock and you go home. Thanks for watching. This review showed how bad this game is. Bad games, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they rip off you? These games, they all so bad. All they ever do is make me mad. At first I expected these games to be great. That's what I expect from the money they make. Some games were cool at first, but after a replay I realized they're the worst. Bad games. Some games started off on the right track, but I think now that the developers will crack. If you're wondering why I review this crap, it's to help prevent you from getting a heart attack. Bad games.